This is probably going to be the last time I'm going to even attempt to debunk all of my allegations. This community has done me way too much mental harm, and I finally need to debunk everything that is being said. My situation was completely blown out of proportion, and I've genuinely had it with being harassed. This video is probably going to be completely pointless to make, given the quote-unquote severity of everything I did. But fuck it, it's at least worth a shot. I will be debunking absolutely everything in this 3-part video, and considering yesterday to the day I'm working on this video marked exactly 2 years since the first major allegation of mine was brought to light, I figured it would be fitting to some degree. This will be part 1, where I debunk all the over-exaggerated claims that were made throughout 2024 and 2025, and parts 2 and 3 will be out in the coming days. Without going into too many details, Part 2 will be debunking all the allegations that have transpired prior to my actual cancellation on January 8, 2024, and the third part will be me talking about my future on YouTube and what I plan to do moving forward. Anyways, with all that said, let's get into Part 1. The first allegation that I'm going to list here was the fact that I told someone named EllieGlamorous99 to KYS on a community post that rightfully called me out for plagiarism. Now, for context, prior to this incident, I had already been getting dragged into drama time and time again for months leading up to leaving those comments, and at the time, it was genuinely the final straw. I had been getting shit for months for prior things I've done, which will all be covered in Part 2, and I just simply had it. However, in all of your defenses, saying KYS to this particular individual was by far the worst way I could have handled this, and I will take full accountability for it. However, here's the problem. Many people had twisted this into me sending a legitimate death threat. Now, I'm not going to sit here and deny anything. I do deserve to be heavily criticized for that incident, but simply saying KYS to someone is not a death threat, as almost 99% of the community has maintained. This matter was heavily misconstrued 6 ways to Sunday, because calling it a real threat is just simply untrue, from a legal standpoint anyways. In order for what I said to qualify as a real death threat, it would have had to have been a real threat on someone's life. For example, claiming that, and that you were going to murder someone online. Saying KYS, although being still morally unacceptable to say, and I do sincerely apologize, it was legally declared as not being a death threat. But it still didn't matter to anyone in the community at the time, because my career still became tarnished mere minutes after all of this came to light, even if legally it wasn't a death threat. I genuinely cannot believe this allegation that was completely blown out of proportion was how the events that soon followed over the next 6 months transpired in the first place. What I said was not a death threat. If it by some flipping miracle was in fact a death threat, everyone screaming KYS and Call of Duty voice chats back in the day would have been reported to the authorities as well. You guys can keep living in denial that what I said was a real threat. But sometimes you just need to accept the fact that from a legal standpoint, your opinion is just simply wrong. And this goes for the other times I sent quote-unquote death threats as well, including the Breva Polar stuff, the techno glitch situation, and yes, especially the time I sent those quote-unquote threats to certain predators of the GoAnimate community, mind you, who all fucking deserved it because they are a real threat to prepubescent children. Out of everyone telling these predators that they deserve death, I was legit the only one that got shit for it. I could literally say that Jeffrey Epstein fucking deserved it, and you guys would still go after me, because saying someone deserves death or saying KYS is still a fucking threat. That is seriously how indescribably brain-dead everyone in the GoAnimate community is. And before you guys say that me not staying out of that situation was the reason I was being criticized, fucking hello. When I had told Ozzy that predators don't deserve death initially, the people slandering me weren't minding their own businesses either, so who in the actual fuck are y'all comparing yourselves to? And also, quick side note that I wanted to add here. A large majority of the people that use the clips of me losing my mind are not abiding by fair use. And before any of you legal jargonists claim that it's completely fair use to use my clips because it's for criticism purposes, most of the fucking videos that were made on me that use my clips, they use my clips in basically their entirety. Some examples include, but are certainly not limited to, the video I made back in August 2023, where I made my GoAnimate self jump off a building due to the sheer level of harassment I was getting, all the videos going back and forth between being apologetic and fed up with the community back in early 2024. None of the videos are even altered to be transformative, and they are literally the uncut videos on someone else's channel. Anoni Guy's videos are only slightly better with this, but he still plays large chunks of the videos I made during the beef me and him had for longer than 30 seconds at a time in some instances. And if I really have to spell it out for those that are still going to be in denial, neither of these are fair use. Not even close to it. I've said it for almost 3 years. Whenever I have told people in the past not to re-upload my shit, this is exactly what I fucking meant. I did not give any of these people permission to re-upload any of my videos, completely uncut at that. If anything, I flat out told people not to do that shit, yet given how fucked up what I did was, they went ahead and did it anyway, without realizing that they're technically violating copyright law. So to everyone who has re-uploaded my shit uncut, or with barely any editing, you all have exactly 7 days from the time you're seeing to delete the fucking videos. I will be listing everyone that has violated fair use policies in the way I described it right now. If your name gets mentioned on this last, you all have exactly 1 week to remove any defamatory videos and any uncut ones, and especially ones with little to zero editing whatsoever, or just flat-out uncut entirely. I will start listing everyone's names right now. Anoni Guy, Media Ikatsu, and Nexon. The Video Maker 6296, Jonathan Lopez, the Maniac Hellraiser, the Walkie-Talkies, and everyone that has re-uploaded my videos uncut, of which were uploaded prior to 2025. Refusal to meet this demand will result in copyright strikes will be sent out to everyone mentioned on this aforementioned list, and possibly legal action if all this silencing continues. Do you all understand the potential consequences? This is genuinely the first time I'm going to be taking this shit seriously, and I will not be silenced or have misinformation spread about me any longer. Keep trying to argue the fair use claims all you want. Taking someone's entire uncut video, especially without permission, does not fall under fair use, even if it's for critique purposes. And before y'all come after me for doing the same shit Austin the Superior Vyonder 2021 did, his situation is completely different. Whenever people showed his clips in critique videos, it was only for like 5, maybe 10 seconds at the very most. That is legally fair use. What the people are doing in my case, however, isn't. You cannot just re-upload my entire videos uncut, or even use large chunks of it with barely any editing done to it, and pass it off as fair use. It genuinely fucking sucks how normalized fair use for criticism purposes has gotten. People will re-upload someone's entire video, regardless of what kind of person they are, good or bad, it doesn't matter, and will just pass it off as fair use because, oh, it's for criticism purposes. And before you all say that, oh, they gave credit to your stuff, why is this argument even being made? How does that even change anything, I think is the better question. It doesn't matter if credit is given or not. It doesn't change the fact that the entire videos were essentially stolen without permission. If you're taking someone's entire video with zero transformative aspects to it, this isn't fair use. It just simply isn't. Take this YouTuber named Jeffrey X Reacts, for instance. He is a shorts reaction channel with almost 7 million subs. He has gained millions and millions of subscribers from essentially stealing content. And yes, while he does give credit for the videos he reacts to, it doesn't change the fact that Jeffrey over here barely has any valuable insight to the stuff he reacts to. It's literally the same exact kind of situation. And also, another thing, if this shit really was intended for quote-unquote criticism, then why the fuck were people comparing me to Jeffrey fucking Epstein on my live stream back in November? Which the re-uploaded in of itself is not fair use either. Harassment is not fair use either. And even if it started off with criticism and escalated to harassment, harassment is still fucking harassment. It still wouldn't make a difference. Harassment on top of a re-upload of that live stream is quite literally 2 violations of fair use in one singular video. You guys can try to fight all of this shit with as many counter-argument as you want, but it's never gonna negate the fact that it's not fair use and never was at all in the first place. This video got off track really quick, and it's getting very long. I will cover the rest of the allegations in another video, a part 1.5 if you will. The reason is because on this channel I can't upload anything longer than 15 minutes yet as I need to verify my phone number, but I can't because I had already used the one I have on 2 prior channels. My now deleted RelaneG channel, and I forgot what the other one was. And since I verified the second of the 2 channels around the end of January last year, I have to wait a few more weeks to verify this channel, if it even still exists by the time I get to do so. The next video will be out in a few days, hopefully. Thank you all for watching.